An impeachment vote is expected to come later tonight. We are looking at a live look inside the House. This is the live look. I was going to say they did take a break, but now they're back out of here. This is the House floor. The debate still going on the impeachment of President Trump. And again, a vote expected to come later tonight. And if that vote passes, the trial will move to the Senate. It does not mean President Trump will be immediately removed from office, however. Joe Paris spoke with former Idaho Congressman Raul Labrador today and a political science or Boise State political science professor about what today's events do signify and what we should expect after today's vote.
You know, it's interesting because today is not totally unexpected. We were reaching up to this, but just because it wasn't expected does not mean today was not historical. This is only the third or fourth time that...
Third time.
Some argue four because of the way Nixon was going, but third time that we've had impeachment proceedings on the House floor. Of course, representatives from all 50 states were talking today. Of course, Idaho Representative Russ Fulcher, he had his time on the House floor. It was a short time ago. We're going to show you the full clip right now.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield 30 seconds to the gentleman from Indiana, Mr. Fulcher.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. In a day heavy in verbal debate, I choose to use my time to enumerate in detail every high crime and misdemeanor committed by the President of the United States. I will do so now.
Gentleman's time's expired.
Yield back.
So what you just saw there was a little bit of performance art, so to speak, and it's not unique. Representative Fulcher is one of hundreds of representatives that were supposed to have time today on the floor. What essentially you saw Russ Fulcher do, Idaho's representative on the House floor, he said that he was going to stand there and talk about the crimes that he thinks the president has committed. Then we watched him stand there for 20 seconds, which is his explanation as to the Trump administration, President Trump not committing high crimes.
And from that moment that he was on the House floor, he went to talk to you on the phone. You asked him a couple questions kind of about this and how it all played out and what he was trying to do.
Yeah, we spoke for about 5 minutes, and he explained exactly what a lot of us had thought. He was trying to make a point, and he said that people had been talking all day. This has been going on for hours and hours, representatives taking turns. So he was making his point in a different way. Basically, everything that there is to be said has been said over the course of the hearings all day long.
And yet it still continues.
And yes, it still continues. You have a live look there on your split screen there. But yeah, Representative Fulcher there using a little bit of performance art to make a point. He also told me that, assuming this is going to go the way everyone thinks it does, we will have impeachment votes here shortly, we're told. Representative Fulcher said he expects them very shortly. This would then move over to the Senate. Now, Representative Fulcher tells me that, contrary to what some Republicans are calling for, which would be a quick trial in the Senate, he says the Republicans really don't have anything to hide. They should do a full and thorough trial in the Senate and explain exactly what goes from there. Now, we talk about that Senate trial. We spoke with the Boise State political expert early today, Charles Hunt. He explained to me when we might see that Senate trial and the decision if President Trump should be removed from office.
I would be surprised if it dragged on into, February, March. So we'll have a vote soon enough. And assuming they do vote to impeach, which we are pretty certain they will at this point, then, we will have a trial. We have to. It's in the Constitution.
And if you follow this over the last few weeks, last few months, you know that the feeling in Washington, you would assume, is pretty heated. And we spoke with Representative Raul Labrador, who is Idaho's representative in the House of Representatives for the last 8 years. He's not representative anymore. Here's what he tells me earlier today about the mood in Washington. Of course, he's still very well connected in talking to the people that are involved here today.
I talked to a lot of my friends from the Freedom Caucus and from Congress, from the Republican Conference, and the mood is somber, but it has unified the Republican Party in a way that we haven't seen in a long time. And I think, but unfortunately, it's also unified the Democratic Party in a way that we haven't seen in a long time.
And of course, Raul Labrador is the chairman of the Idaho GOP party. Again, we spoke with him earlier today. He gave me some of his thoughts, which really align with a lot of Republicans. But the conversation now, Brian, from a lot of people is turning into when are we going to get this impeachment vote? Again, Representative Fulcher telling me a short time ago they're expecting it soon. We are under the impression that the vote on each article of impeachment, there are 2 of them, could take about 30 minutes. So we've still got a lot of business to take care of on the House floor tonight, Brian. It's wait and see. But most are assuming that that this will go to an impeachment and it will be handed over to the Senate, which again, we'd see a trial early next year.